Hello, my talkative friends. It's Vicky here. And as you can see, I'm not alone. I have the lovely Blanca with me
Hello.
from Casablanca Spanish. And she's an expat like myself. She's over in England, where I'm in her home of Spain. Not that we switch places, because as you know, I'm from the States, but one of the reasons that I invited Blanca here today with us is because I wanted to talk about her experience with games, growing up playing games in Spain, actually. So, Blanca, why don't you share with us what was your favorite game to play while growing up?
Well, we used to play cards and lots of silly games, but my favorite by far was, and still is my favorite, Monopoly. Yeah.
That surprises me because I was expecting you to say some game that I'd like never heard of. And so for you to be like Monopoly, I'm like, I've played Monopoly. I
Yeah.
know this game. I wonder if this is a universal game that everybody plays.
I think so because well, there was another one older than Monopoly in Spain called Palais or something like that, but it's the same idea with money and buying things.
Do you think that they tried to copy the idea of Monopoly, or
Maybe,
vice
yeah,
versa?
because then it's the official brand. That in Spain it used to be the Madrid edition, all these roads. So the first time I went to Madrid, when I was only, I don't know, I was a child, and I was thinking about Monopoly because the Monopoly board, because we used to play the Madrid edition, whereas these days you even have an edition of Pamplona, my hometown. I so want to buy it. Yeah.
Wow, it's funny you should mention different editions because I just happen to have.
Oh, I shouldn't be surprised. Oh my God. I so want to play that with you.
I would totally love to play that with you. I actually haven't got to all I can think of the word is estrenar. I haven't got to play it yet, and I'm still waiting to find somebody because with coronavirus and whatnot, my husband isn't a huge Monopoly fan, but I thought we could go through the game. I'm kind of curious. I'm just curious to see if you played it in the same way that we played it or what you remember of playing it. But before we go through that, have you played Monopoly, any version of it, in England since living there?
Yes. Okay, that's why I think it's quite interesting. Yeah, my husband used to love Monopoly as well. So we played the typical here was the London edition. So we started.
I had no idea before the Friends one that there were all these different editions of Monopoly.
Yeah. There's lots. I was
No
amazed
clue.
because we bought recently Tottenham Hotspur's edition as well, which is our favorite English football team. Your husband, I'm sure your husband knows this team, but that one is not very exciting, to be honest. But the London edition is quite cool because I love London as well. So you have obviously the typical, some names of.
Does it have but it like, does it have like Big Ben, or what are the kind of places on it?
Roads like
Oh.
Piccadilly and all these things, yeah, and the train stations. But the thing is, it's quite as the Monopoly game could last hours, and I remember my dad. He used to get bored. He was like, "Okay, adios." I used to.
I think that's why my husband doesn't
Yeah,
get real excited about the idea. He's like, oh, good. 8 hours of
there's really long. So by the time you get hotels and everything, and you start to talk about the mortgage, I'm gonna sell this and that. By the end of the game, my family was always bored. I was the energetic one, surprise, surprise, who was like, I want to play Monopoly. Who wants to play Monopoly? And they were all like, no, no. And bless her.
Because it sounds like you played until the end.
Yes, yes, yes. I used to love it. And it's not that I like financial things or then in the future I became, no, but I don't know. But yes, it's really long. But I think we didn't follow the rules as my husband's family, because my husband explained me a couple of things. I can't remember what things, sorry, but I was a bit like, oh, that's quite strict. I think we were a bit more
so you guys
relaxed.
were more laid back.
Yes, laid back. That's expression. More laid back.
We have what we call, since my last name's Kelty, and we have Kelty family rules when we play certain games. So we can be quite strict in that sense. We're like, oh, Kelty family rules says that you can do this.
But that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Until you like go to Spain and they don't know Kelty family rules. You have to adapt to the new rules. Now, so when you first played it in English, was that, I imagine that your English level was quite strong at that point. So was it? No.
When I moved to England, I was kind of between B1 and B2, upper intermediate, somewhere there. But I learned a lot actually playing board games with my husband.
I didn't pay her to say that. That was
no, that's the thing. That's why I absolutely love this topic, and I love to play with you as a teacher online. That time that we played that Friends quiz, because I know it's the best way, and I've done an intensive course in England 10 years ago. I didn't know my husband or anything. I stayed for 6 weeks with a host family, and we were going to school to this intensive course, and we used to play lots of games as well. And that's why I think it's great. So I used to play, back to when I moved to England with my husband 8 years ago. Scrabble helped a lot, and I remember, it was an intermediate level. When we were playing Monopoly, because of course we had as well a travel version, a small version to take with us.
Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine like little tiny Monopoly cards.
Yeah.
Of the properties. Now, let's go over the gist of the game. So in the Friends version, they have these little thingies. Do you know what these represent?
How lovely is that?
Oh, it's like a little jacket and a guitar.
Phoebe's guitar.
Yeah. They have one to represent each of the little Friends characters. Although some of them, I'm not sure why they chose them. They could have chosen ones that would, in my opinion, better represent people.
I think in the classic Monopoly, I remember one was a car, another one was a hat, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me and my sister used to fight over the dog, because there was a little dog, like a little Scotty. So cute. So you have the little playing pieces, and then tell me what's the goal of the game? What are we trying to do?
Well, good question, because that's the thing, no?
What was your goal?
That's the thing. So, well, and not finish the game bankrupt, but but that's the thing, no? So I could see that my husband family had this super tactic, no, and buying different roads from different neighborhoods.
That's more like my sister.
Buy properties, and I was like, don't do that. I want that neighborhood for me. It's, you know, so apparently my family, we were very kind. It's like, okay, so you know, I remember even the colors of each. Lavapiés in Madrid was gray, and it was one of the cheapest. And you know, we were kind of respecting that, no? Like, I know Sol, the green one.
Wow, you
Sol,
guys were really respectful then.
yeah, it's quite funny. Actually, yeah, but so no tactic there. It was only, you know, the fun of buying, and for us, it was funny to send someone to Yale. You could go to Yale and things like that. But,
now that is always funny.
and when you pass the what's the name of Salida? The first.
We have if you pass go.
Yes, if you pass that, you get money. And I remember that we used to laugh a lot, and the notes were flying because we were, well, yeah. Anyway, but so
wait. Why were the notes flying?
Because laughing Spanish.
Oh, like full body laughter.
Yeah, and the notes were flying everywhere. Yeah.
This is the Friends Monopoly money. So like this would
yeah.
be like $1 of Monopoly money. And this would be the big one. Oh wait.
So we probably used to say pesetas when I was little.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask, actually.
Yeah.
Do you still have your old version of Monopoly at your parents' house or in England with you?
I need to ask my mom, because that Monopoly was a present from my sister for my first communion when I was 8 years old. But then when we were a bit older, my mom bought a cool one with a card machine.
Oh yeah, like some of those, I always wanted the high-tech ones, but
and then
standard versions.
Yeah, but then for Christmas and things, you know. But then I don't know what happened to those monopolies, you know.
Oh, you're definitely gonna have to ask.
Yeah.
It looks like the colors are the same, because I said I haven't.
Oh yes,
played this yet, but like these are, I don't know about with your Spanish game, but in the well, I'm gonna say official version, the original version. Well, the original that I knew. Park Place and what's the other one? Park Place and I can't remember. Drawing a blank. But anyways, they were the two blue ones.
Yeah.
And it's probably not even Park Place. They're going to be like, no, not Park Place, Vicky. But anyways, they had the two blue ones, and those were the ones everybody always wanted to get. Boardwalk.
The most expensive in Madrid was Castellana. No, Castellana no. Castellana? Yeah, Castellana. Yeah.
See, it's difficult to remember.
But I remember. Yeah, my mom was the ambitious one, getting always the posh areas.
Was she?
I'm remembering things from when I used to play. Yeah, but and these days it's funny because my husband takes it more seriously. For me, it's not the goal. Is the
I have this in between that I want to have fun playing it, but I also want to win.
It was tough. Really fun, these little cards that they were called Suerte, and the other one, Caja de Comunidad.
The Suerte one was called Chance in English. They were, I think, little orange cards.
And it was funny because they can
these
say,
ones, I imagine these are the Chance.
Oh, I like that.
And then it has the little Monopoly man.
Yeah.
He tells you
advance to number 2, get the money if you pass, they go.
Yeah, $200 pass.
Or go to jail.
Sometimes he sends you to jail.
But I remember it was funny that you got money because our relative passed away, or you won you won a beauty contest. So those things were fun for me.
Like this one says, Joey decides to do some do-it-yourself for repairs, pay 40 Monopoly money for coffee mug and 115 Monopoly money per sofa. So.
Oh, coffee mugs and sofa. Oh, I so want to play that.
Isn't that
How
cute?
is that? Yeah.
Oh, and here are the little coffee mugs and sofas.
That's
instead of the hotels and
that's
where
really
what are
nice.
they? Hotels and
Houses.
hotels and houses.
Yes, it was the greenhouses and the hotel was red. Yeah.
They're really adorable. They're so tiny. Imagine if you took it on a little if you did this as the travel size, you'd lose these in a second.
They're super cute.
They are really cute. But look at the board game. The only thing about the board game is that it's in a square.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know about your version, but mine was always a tablet that just folded in half and then opened. But this would
mine
unfold into 4 parts.
Square as well. Mine was a square.
But so then that means that this part is broken, you know, which you aren't going to be able to see all of it, but you get the idea.
Oh, I'd love to try it because obviously I love Monopoly and I love Friends.
But look how cute the properties are. I don't know if you can see them.
Ah, the lottery, Barbados. Oh, wow.
So they're the episodes.
Of course.
But the go to jail square is the same. The instead of just collecting, it's collect 200 in salary as you pass go. They should have put like little friends pictures or something like on the jail and stuff, or had Gunther be the little Monopoly man, or but I like it. It's cute. Oops, I'm dropping cards on myself. Oh, this is funny. Sorry. As I dropped to the card on myself, you remember Trigger, right? Trigger from Friends. The man who says that he's like a big potato with a head that he has to dance with Joey. How else can I? He's like he's not the landlord of the apartment. He's like the maintenance guy.
Yeah, of course. He's Polish, no, or something. Oh, yeah.
So the electric company and the water is both with Trigger.
Yes, sorry, of course. I forgot his name with the mustache.
Yeah, with a huge mustache. So I legitimately don't even remember this. How do you actually win the game though? You make everybody go bankrupt, or
yeah, I think that's why it could go last for hours.
Yeah. And as a language learning tool, I didn't realize that they had all of these different versions. Like that's a really solid way for somebody to like traveling to Spain, use the Pamplona version, and not only are you learning about the language, but you're getting a lot of culture in there.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, and you could.
It's much more fun than a map.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And you stop in La Castellana or in, I remember the Serrano. And you say, this is the posh one with the nice shops, or this one. Yes, that's a really good idea.
You just like connect it to the Monopoly board and you're like, okay, I know if I can afford this area or not based on where it was on Monopoly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think
your vacation around it.
It's great, that cultural thing. That's a super good thing.
I find it really funny. I don't know if you ever have this happen with your students, but some of the easiest numbers, the numbers that we first learn, 1 through 6, so easy to say in the language that you're learning, whichever one it is. And yet when we play games, I don't know if this happens with your students, but all of my students are always counting the squares in their native language and not
Yes,
in.
yes. I do it.
Yeah, you're guilty
I
of it
mean,
too. It's
I'm
just
not
like a
doing
natural
well.
thing that comes
Oh
out.
yeah.
We're just
So
like 1, 2, 3, and you're like,
we
no,
we
it's not.
actually, when we were playing for your quiz, I think I did it as
I
well.
think I had to reprimand you. Yeah.
So,
I said, in English, please, Blanca.
yeah.
But it's not because of not having the level. It's just because when we count, we just naturally do it in our native
So
language.
natural,
It's
yes.
very normal. The challenge is to start with looking up the rules in the language that you're learning, because you know how to play Monopoly, more or less, right? So learn it in the language that you are focusing on. And to end on, I wanted to show you this game that I had told you about, that you said you liked card games too. So my personal challenge for Blanca is to find this in
I need to
England.
find that
It's
Monopoly
called
deal.
Monopoly Deal. Definitely recommend it.
And
Monopoly Deal.
especially to travel, absolutely.
So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and chatting about
Thank you.
Monopoly in your life, in all the languages of your life,
Yeah.
not just in Spanish or English and
I just realized that I think I also play it in Italian.
I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have a very blurry, yeah.
Look at that.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, we hope that you do the challenge and leave us a comment in what language you decide to do the challenge in. So thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.